Aang doesn't just have 4 elements, he's got a 5th gear. A mode so powerful it can end a war in seconds, and so dangerous it once nearly got him killed by his own girlfriend's worst enemy. It's called the Avatar state, and across the entire show, Aang only unlocks it a handful of times. So today, I'm rewatching every single one, and I'm rating them. Let's get into it, starting from the very first time it ever happened. Before Aang was even a character we knew, he was already in the Avatar state. This is the one nobody remembers as an Avatar state moment, because we don't even know what we're looking at yet. Aang and Appa crash into the ocean during a storm, and his body instinctively triggers the state to keep them both alive, freezing them in a solid iceberg for 100 years. No fight, no enemy, just survival instinct on the most extreme setting possible. This is the first time we see the Avatar state as an emotional trigger instead of a survival one, and it hits different. Aang finds Gyatso's skeleton, realizes the Fire Nation slaughtered his entire family, and just breaks. Eyes glow, wind starts tearing through the temple, and for a second it looks like he might actually hurt Katara and Sokka without meaning to. This is the moment that tells us the Avatar state isn't always a good thing. It's grief and rage with zero break. Now this one's different from every other entry on this list because Aang doesn't just glow and get strong, he actually turns into Roku. Full firebending, full control, completely different person driving. It's the first time the show shows us that the Avatar state can be a direct channel to a past life, not just raw power. Roku uses it to save Sokka and Katara and level half the temple in the process. It's honestly one of the most underrated uses of the ability in the whole show because it barely gets talked about. Now Sokka's stuck in the middle of the ocean during a storm with a boat full of fishermen about to drown, and Aang and Katara fly in on Appa to save them. When they all get thrown into the water, Aang enters the Avatar state just long enough to create a giant air bubble underwater so nobody drowns. This is probably the most responsible use of the Avatar state in the entire show. No rage, no chaos. This is where the Avatar state goes from impressive to are you kidding me? Zhao kills the moon spirit, the entire northern water tribe is about to fall, and Aang fuses with the ocean spirit itself, becoming a literal ocean god made of water and rage. He wipes out the Fire Nation fleet single-handedly. This is the Book 1 finale flex, and it earns it. It's the first time the Avatar state looks less like a person and more like a force of nature. General Fong straight up manipulates Aang by faking Katara's death just to force him into the Avatar state on purpose. It works, but not in the way Fong wanted. Aang goes berserk, destroys the entire outpost, and can't pull himself out of it even after finding out Katara's fine. This is the episode that actually names the ability, and it's also the scariest look yet at what happens when Aang loses control completely, not because of an enemy, but because of someone on his own side. Appa's gone, kidnapped and sold off by sandbenders, and Aang is dealing with grief, guilt, and a cactus juice hangover all at once. When he finally corners the thieves, he snaps into the Avatar state out of pure rage. Katara has to talk him down before he actually hurts anyone. It's brief, but it's one of the rawest emotional breakdowns in the whole show. Aang finally lets go of his attachment to Katara so he can fully enter the Avatar state and end the war right there in Ba Sing Se. He's fully powered up, ready to fight Zuko and Azula at once, and then Azula shoots him in the back with lightning mid-transformation. This is the single most devastating Avatar state moment in the entire series, not because of what it does, but because of what it fails to do. All that build-up gets cut off before it even starts. The finale, Ozai accidentally unlocks Aang's final chakra mid-fight, and Aang goes full Avatar state against the most powerful firebender alive, boosted by a comet. He completely overwhelms Ozai, and instead of killing him, uses energy bending to strip his bending forever. This is the payoff of every single entry on this list. Every time before this was build-up. This is Aang finally mastering the thing that almost destroyed him multiple times, and using it with total control. The